Welcome to PMPA's Final Cut of the Week, where we share important information you may have missed while you were making essential parts. I'm Joe Jackson.
And I'm Dorian Davis Jr. And this is what you need to know for the week ending February 23, 2024. Winter weather was named as a negative factor in the January manufacturing production report issued by the Federal Reserve on Tuesday. Industrial production decreased 0.1% in January after no change in December. Manufacturing output declined 0.5% in January. The index for durable manufacturing edged up 0.1%, while the index for non-durable manufacturing fell 1.1%. Among durables, the largest gains were recorded in electrical equipment, appliances, and components, as well as in aerospace and miscellaneous transportation equipment. Computer and electronic products also moved up in January. From January 2023 to 2024, the manufacturing index declined 0.9%, while defense and space equipment continued to be a strong market.
Cutting tool orders came in at $187 million in December 2023, which is down from 7.3% in November 2023. Orders in December were down slightly from December 2022 at 0.3%. The year-end total for 2023 was up 6.9% over 2022. Our take? Last year was a steady growth year for cutting tools. Inflation has cooled in the cutting tool market, which is good news for our shop's bottom line.
Consumer spending is the foundation of the U.S. economy, and so it provides us with a way to anticipate changes in demand across the entire economy. According to the February report on consumer sentiment published by the University of Michigan, quote, consumer sentiment was essentially unchanged from January, rising 0.6 index points this month and solidifying the large gains from the past 2 months. Consumers continue to express confidence that the slowdown in inflation and strength in labor markets will continue. 5-year expectations for business conditions rose 5% to its highest reading since December 2020, unquote. This is remarkably positive, and expectations for business conditions rising to the highest point since December 2020 makes a strong positive statement.
Machine tool orders beat expectations in December 2023, increasing nearly 22% over the prior month. The reading came in about 12% above December 2022. Our take? This is a positive sign for our industry. Shops increasing orders of machine tools correlates with our December business trends report, showing strong positive sales expectations going into 2024.
In case you missed it, here are the hot topics from PMPA's listserve communities this week. Gear charts for Acme Gridley, rounded corner hex 12L14, laser market machines, monthly grants and incentive tracking matrix, and parts cleaner. PMPA members can ask or answer questions on our powerful listserv communities found at pmpa.org.
On this week's Speaking of Precision podcast, Miles Free, Carly Kistler-Miller, and David Wynn give their collective take on what kind of opportunity manufacturing is going to have going forward, and the many factors that will contribute to the reshoring of manufacturing. This podcast and our Speaking of Suppliers podcast can be found on major podcast platforms or on pmpa.org.
Now it's time for our weekly tip. Mechanical properties of a given steel under compression compare closely with its tensile properties. An upset can be performed to determine how the steel will perform under compressive load. To learn more about upset testing, steel and compression, go to pmpas.org, Knowledge Centers, or Final Cut of the Week.
And that's our take on what you need to know for the week ending February 23rd, 2024. For additional information and links about any of the topics discussed today, go to pmpa.org and click on Final Cut of the Week.
Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next Friday. Computer and electronic production. And so it provides us with a way to anticipate changes. Your expectations for business continue. That's will perform under compressive. What? Now it's time for our weekly tip.
What? We're so close.
I know, man. A weekly tip. Now it's time for our weekly tip. Mechanical properties of given steam. Chicka chicka. Bloop, bloop. Woo, okay. Damn it, Carly. Carly, come on.
I couldn't even duplicate that if I tried.